In this third video in this series, I will show how to configure the counting and data analysis protocols when working with enhanced security on the WIZARD2 PC. With this configuration, data analysis protocols can be seamlessly integrated with counting protocols in a secure manner, tracking all operator information and activity. Now, in the separate video series, WIZARD2 integration with MyAssays Desktop, I covered the integration when enhanced security is not in use. In those videos, I explained that the WIZARD2 counting protocols and MyAssays Desktop analysis protocols are linked by naming the counting protocol to match the data analysis protocol. This is also the case when working under enhanced security, as we can see in this example here. Here we have a counting protocol named ADH, and if we select the option to run the MyAssays Desktop protocol after counting is complete, then the MyAssays Desktop protocol named ADH will be used to perform the data analysis. Now, with enhanced security enabled, there are some additional protections in place to ensure that data and operations are fully secured and tracked. You may recall from the first video in the series that we set up MyAssays Desktop enhanced security so that data files can only be imported from a specific WIZARD2 folder, as we can see here. Also, we enabled the auto login account and assigned it to the run and review only group. Now, with enhanced security enabled, WIZARD2 uses this auto login account to perform MyAssays Desktop analysis on behalf of the counting operator. Now, as the auto login account is restricted by being assigned to this run and review only group, the WIZARD2 software cannot create data analysis protocols itself. This means that only MyAssays Desktop users that have the correct authorizations can actually create MyAssays Desktop analysis protocols. So these security restrictions impose a specific workflow, which I will demonstrate here. So returning to the summary of users we have configured in part 2 of this series, we can see that Marie is authorized to create both counting protocols and MyAssays Desktop protocols. So let's get started and log into the WIZARD2 with Marie's account. So now we're logged into the WIZARD2 software with Marie. We can go to the protocol manager and start to create a counting protocol. Now remember, Marie has the necessary authorizations to create counting protocols, so she can use this option to create a new counting protocol. So let's give this new protocol a name. We'll just call it protocol 1 and press create. I'm just going to set up the isotopes to a normalized isotope that I have, and just reduce the counting time for this example. Now, if we were to set this option here so that after counting is complete, a MyAssays Desktop protocol is used to perform data analysis, the WIZARD software would look for a MyAssays Desktop protocol named protocol 1 to match this counting protocol. Now, at the moment, we haven't yet created a MyAssays Desktop protocol named protocol 1. Also, because of the security restrictions of the auto login account, the WIZARD2 software cannot create this MyAssays Desktop protocol for us. Therefore, we'll need to go into MyAssays Desktop using an authorized user account to create the protocol. Now, when creating a protocol, it's always easier to start with some actual counting data. So what I would suggest if you want to create a new MyAssays Desktop protocol, to first set this option to none and select to export the results as XML to a folder. Now recall that MyAssays Desktop has been secured so that it can only import data from this specific folder. So let's enter that folder name here, and we can save these changes. So with this protocol, after counting is complete, the results will be exported to an XML under the specified directory. So let's start this counting protocol now. So after counting is completed, the WIZARD2 has exported the results to an XML file as we specified in the protocol configuration. So now that we have some counting data, let's start to build a MyAssays Desktop protocol. So let's launch MyAssays Desktop, and we'll log in with Marie's account here. So we can use the new protocol option to build a new data analysis protocol. So we can select the first option and press next, and then if we press browse, we can select the XML file that's just been created by the WIZARD2 counting process. Now you'll notice that MyAssays Desktop automatically positions us within the folder where the WIZARD2 software has exported the results to. So we can select this XML file ready for import. You can also see here that each results XML file also has an associated data certification file. This is used to ensure the integrity of the exported results. So let's select the exported results file, and we can continue through the wizard and select the type of measurements to import. So I'm just going to import the CPM data and here we can see a preview of the imported data. It's just one rack of CPM values. Now if we look at the metadata, we can see further data that's been imported alongside with the measurements. You'll notice here that it includes the user performed those measurements along with the instrument serial number and the date and other further data values. So let's continue through the setup process. Now to keep this example simple, I'm just going to create a very basic data analysis protocol. There are many other videos available that cover creating different types of analysis, including RIA protocols. So for now, I'll just continue through the wizard, and I'm just going to select a simple rack layout. Once again, there are further videos covering how to create and edit your own rack layout. So let's press next. And on this step, we see our rack layout applied to our measurement data, so we can continue. Now on this step, we can name our protocol. Now, as mentioned earlier, if we want the WIZARD2 software to be able to launch this protocol automatically, we need to name this protocol to match the WIZARD2 counting protocol. So recall that we named that protocol 1, so we'll also name this analysis protocol as protocol 1, and let's press next to continue. And here we see a summary of the configuration for this new protocol, so let's press finish. And we can see that the new protocol is created with our CPM data imported from our WIZARD2 counting file. Now there are many ways that we could extend this protocol to perform different kinds of analysis, but to keep this video focused on enhanced security integration, I'm just going to show how to include additional information in your report relating to the security configuration. So let's go to the properties, and under the report tab, if we select to add a text element, then it's here we can add additional content to the report. Here we can enter static text, such as measured by. The text that we enter in this way will appear directly in the report. Also, we can double click one of these macro values to insert a macro. So each macro will be expanded to the value associated with that macro. So in the right hand column here, we can see the current values of each of these macros for the data that we're working. So let's repeat this and add some further values. Let's add the analysis user. So this is the current user value here, and let's also include the serial number. And finally, let's include the counting data file. So we can include this data main file name. Let's use this option to position this text element at the start of the report. Another useful element we can add is the import certification element. This element is used to confirm that the data that has been imported was certified and contains a valid and correct data certificate. So let's press calculate to see these changes with the data that we're working with. So let's hide these properties, and we can now see that we have this additional information included in the report. We can see the measured by information. This is the name of the user that performed the counting. Also, we have the analysis user. This is the account name ran this data analysis. Then we have the instrument serial number as imported along with the measurement data, and we've included the counting data file name here. Then we have the sample table just currently showing CPM values, and finally we have this import certification reporting element to indicate that the measurement import certification was valid, and it also includes the full path to the XML file containing the counting data. So we can save these changes to the protocol. So in future runs of protocol 1, the data will be imported and processed in this way to generate a report like this. In this example, I've just demonstrated how to add some useful reporting elements to add additional security information to your reports. Now, there are a huge amount of data analysis and reporting options available in MyAssays Desktop. We could set up automatic import, perhaps of sample IDs or other parameters. We might configure automatic printing, automatic export, perhaps to a LIMS. There are many ways that you can configure your data analysis protocol to perform the operations that you need, and we provide further videos covering those topics separately. But for now, we now have a working counting protocol and data analysis protocol that are now ready to run. So the final step to integrate this data analysis protocol with the counting protocol is to switch back to the WIZARD2 software and edit our protocol and change it from a protocol that exports results as XML to no results exported, and then select the MyAssays Desktop protocol. So with this configuration, after measurements are completed, the counting information will automatically be exported for MyAssays Desktop protocol named Protocol 1. So let's save those changes. In the next and final video in this series, I will show how different users can work with these counting and data analysis protocols and how to access results. I'll also show how data certification protects the exported data from modification.